Number 41. Use four rectangles of equal widths to find an approximation of the area of the first quadrant region bounded by the curves y1 equals 4 minus x squared, y2 equals 0, and x equals 0. Use left endpoints for each interval to find an upper sum. So I'm going to draw kind of what this looks like. So for example, y2 and x equals 0 are just going to be the bounds of the first quadrant. So that'll be x is 0, and this right here is y equals 0. So this is our first quadrant, and then our curve 4 minus x squared, it's going to be approximate, but I'm going to draw it something like this. And so this is the first quadrant portion of y equals 4 minus x squared. And then it says use left endpoints of each interval to find an upper sum, and we're using four rectangles. So they're going to be equal widths, and so the first thing we have to do is find what the width of each of these is going to be. So if you have 4 minus x squared, then this endpoint over here, that's 0. And then we have to find when 4 minus x squared is equal to 0. Well, this is pretty straightforward. If 4 minus x squared equals 0, then 4 is equal to x squared, and so take the square root of both sides. So x is equal to 2. Obviously, there's also x is equal to negative 2, but that's not going to be over here. It's going to be in this part. So this is at 2. So then if we have four equal widths, then we know that each rectangle is going to have a width of 0.5. So this one will be 1/2, this will be 1, and this will be 3/2. All right, so let's see. Our rectangles are using left endpoints. So they're going to look something like this. For this rectangle, using the left endpoint, it'll look like this. For this rectangle, it'll look like this. So what it means is by the left endpoint is for your rectangle, the left corner will be the part touching the graph. That's what it means by the left endpoint. And then for 3/2, it'll look like this. And then for 2, it'll look like this. Notice it also calls it an upper sum. You can see why they call it that, because you see for each of our rectangles, because of how the graph is shaped, the upper sum is giving us an over approximation. So then we just have to find the area of these four rectangles and add them together, and that'll give us the sum. So each of these rectangles has a width of 1/2. So I'm going to label these rectangles as just 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the area of the first rectangle, it'll be a width of 1/2, because that's the base, and then the height will be the value of the function at 0, because the left endpoint is at 0. So the area of the first one will be 1/2 plus f of 0, where of course f of x is equal to 4 minus x squared. And then the area of the second one, well, that'll be 1/2 times the height at 1/2. And then the third one will be 1/2 times the height at 1. So right there. And then the fourth will be 1/2 times the height at 3/2. Then if we just add all these together, we should get the full area. So if I factor out the 1/2, here's what I can do. The total area will just be 1/2 times f of 0 plus f of 1/2 plus f of 1 plus f of 3/2. So in my calculator, I'm going to define f of x is equal to 4 minus x squared, so I don't have to type it in over and over again. So menu 1, f of x is equal to 4 minus x squared. And then my area will be 1/2 times f of 0 plus f of 1/2 plus f of 1 plus f of 3/2. So we get an area of 25/4. Let's see if that's an answer. Okay, it doesn't look like it, but it looks like we just need to find this as a decimal. That should be pretty straightforward. Just do Control Enter this time. So we get a value of 6.25. That should be, yes, that is answer choice D. Alright, so if you have any questions from other tests, make sure to leave a comment, and I'll make a video with the solution. With that said, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. This has been Investigative Math, and I will see you next time.